I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take
Okay. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? Happy Wednesday. I think I finally know what day it is. Okay, so I wanted to come on here really quick. Try not to make it too long, but there are some things I need to talk about with this person. Okay, some of you may know who she is, you may not. And I hope you guys are all having an amazing Wednesday. Hey, Chanel. Hey, Erie. How are you? Hey, Aesop. Unleashed. How are you, sweetheart? Exposing the drama. Felony Melanie. Um, Sammy D. How are you? It's good to see you guys. Nikki Rainbow, Mama of Three, Jenny Lee. Hello, hello. Okay, so I just wanted to come on here and talk about this because I've just been seeing some crazy stuff. Now, I have talked about maybe in the past. Um, and when I talked about her in the past, it was about when MayBae lives a life called poly life. She has a husband and she also has a wife. And she pretty much actively says that she's always looking for new partners. You know what I'm saying? As far as, so basically, to sum it up, MayBae is um, a lesbian, but she has a husband. She figured out she was a lesbian after her husband, but technically she's bisexual. Like she would never um, be with another man. They live, her and her husband live something called poly life, and they do have a wife, and her wife's name is Chosen. So all three of them live together, but she does say that she actively would be with another woman, you know, and have another woman, as many, I guess, as many as she wants to, as many as her husband wants to, I guess. But the last time I really talked about MayBae was when she ended up, her daughter is also living a life of poly life. However, her daughter only has one partner, MayBae's daughter. And she ended up sleeping or kissing one of her daughter's girlfriends. Okay. So she literally, it's it's the most confusing, crazy thing ever. Like when I talked about this, it was so hard to explain. Basically, her daughter's girlfriend ended up cheating on her daughter with the mother, MayBae. She ended up living with this, her daughter's ex-girlfriend as well. It was a big mess. It was all over. Sometimes I wonder if it was fake, because with MayBae, uh, I feel like in a lot of ways you never know when you're getting the truth. However, I don't think it was fake. But regardless, I want to start off by saying some positive things. When I first came across MayBae, hey Lisa from the West, how are you? Welcome. When I first started watching MayBae, this is when I used to do live streams sometimes on Facebook. And I came across her live stream one day and I started watching her, and she started off doing wig installs, and then, you know, for lace fronts, and then she's really good at them too. And then she had, I'm sorry, her sister, she used to take care of her sister who was ill and then had a lot of problems. And she would take care of her sister publicly. And she was very nice to her sister. She just had some good content when it came to her sister. Her sister couldn't have babies, so she would like have fake babies and stuff like that. But what I feel like she was most popular for when she first started out was um, lace front installs, right? So basically, she ended up, in my opinion, becoming more well known after she slept with her daughters, or after she kissed, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what really happened, but when she ended up messing around with her daughter's girlfriend, I feel like she ended up becoming more well known because of that. No matter what anybody says, it does not matter. Negative attention is still attention, and people love drama. People love dysfunctional. Okay. People love that. People love to watch it. And I feel like, as far as MayBae and saying good things about her, I do think that she is a good businesswoman, and she knows how to attract people to her. She knows how to um, bring an audience. Okay. And it was a lot of drama going on. So I feel like she became more well known when that whole thing happened. She is on all social media platforms. She is on TikTok, and she's got a really good following on TikTok. I think she just hit 1 million. A really good following on Facebook. And Facebook is more or less where she started. And now she is on YouTube a lot. And it's a lot of drama. Pretty much nothing but drama. And y'all know people love drama. People love to be surrounded around drama. People love to watch drama. People love to watch a shit show. They just do. And MayBae gives that to people. So I would say that she's a good businesswoman. And I will also say that she can be funny at times. That's, I try to start off with the positive, and that's what I will say. She can be funny at times. And I used to watch her. I used to like watching her sometimes, as far as like when she would take care of her sister and she would vlog that. She would do some good pranks on her husband. And she does, she does pretty good at installing lace fronts too. So I would watch her from time to time, and it's been great to see her grow. But in that same sense, it's the way that she's growing that obviously is gaining a lot of attention. And she has what do you call it? It's an influencer program where you have to pay a certain amount of money. I think you have to pay $700 to be a part of her influencer program or something. And literally, she will help you get monetized on Facebook. I'm okay with that. However, she is known for causing drama, controversy. There has been messages that she has left to her influencers that have paid her, basically stating, hey, if you want to start an argument with me, you can. That'll help grow your following, which is, to me, unethical. Like, if you're going to help your influencers grow, help them grow by encouraging them to have have their own content. Because if you're giving them content and they're growing off of you, where does that leave them? Where's their $700 going? Where does that leave them if they're constantly talking about you in order to get monetized on Facebook? Okay, that was one of my biggest issues, and I did a video about that too. But regardless, I know I'm going on and on about her, but I'm just trying to get some people that don't know her more familiar with her. But she's the things that she's been doing recently is crazy to me. Okay. And it's always been crazy ever since she slept with her daughter's, or messed around with her daughter's girlfriend. It's been crazy to watch how every single day it's drama with her. Every single influencer that used to be in her influencer program, she is now arguing with. And not that it matters to her, okay? But me, as having my channel and doing commentary and giving my opinion about things, I have always tried to give MayBae the benefit of the doubt with a lot of things. People say she culture appropriates, all kinds of things. I've tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I truly feel that this woman just feeds off of drama. Because even though, let's just put it this way, make it make sense. Why is it that every single person that was in your program, the majority of them, you're arguing with right now? You're going back and forth with right now. Now, the great thing about her is she, from what I've seen from doing my research, she just purchased a home. Now, when I first did a video on her, which I will show you guys in a second, when I first did a video on her months ago, she was asking for donations to purchase a home. Okay. Now, when you have a big following like MayBae, I actually even pulled up how much money she generated while she's asking her supporters for donations to put a down payment on this new home. Now, congratulations to her. She ended up getting this home, which is great. But in the same sense, if you're pulling in $40,000, $50,000 a month, because you guys, if you don't know this, you when you get monetized on Facebook, you make more through monetization on Facebook than you do YouTube. So when you are generating $40,000, $50,000 a month, there is absolutely no reason why you should be asking your supporters for money, period. Okay. And that's just my opinion. But there are things that I like about MayBae, and there's things that are questionable about her. There are things that are very problematic about her. And one of those things is, why is it that everyone that's in your influencer program, you're going back and forth with? And it's the way that she goes back and forth, because she's always the one hollering and screaming, hey, I don't have time for this. People look for clout off of my name, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, people do look for clout off your name. You offer for people to look for clout off of your name. If you're telling your influencers, hey, if you guys want to get more views, or you guys want to gain a bigger following, go ahead and start an argument with me, a fake argument. So, of course, people are going to get clout off your name. And it's not about getting clout, for goodness sakes. I hate it when bigger creators say that shit. If you have a commentary channel and you see a creator that's problematic, you have every right to give your opinion on that creator. And it has nothing to do with building your fucking following. Okay? It has to do with its content. Just like she creates content out of other people, which is what she's doing. When you're arguing back and forth, which is what she does every single day now, every single day, she gets on her channel and is arguing with everybody back and forth. My problem is the things that she's saying. That's disgusting to me. Using someone who lost a child or neglected a child, just bring up things that is completely inappropriate, and you don't need to go there. Just because people may say things about you, which is something that you brought on yourself. You slept with your daughter's girlfriend, okay? Or you messed around, slept with her, whatever, okay? You did that. People are going to throw that shit up in your face. It doesn't mean you have to come back and throw ignorant things up in people's face, like you left your daughter in the bathtub and this happened and that happened and children's services. It's like, to me, there are just some things and boundaries you shouldn't cross. And to me, maybe has crossed a lot of those boundaries. So, like I said, I think that she's funny. She can be very, very funny, charismatic, stuff like that. She's a good businesswoman, but in the same sense, she's also very, very rude and vulgar and ignorant. Okay. I will say that. Okay. So I'm going to bring this up and give you guys a few examples of why I've been kind of paying close attention to her lately, as far as being having a commentary channel. And I have, did commentary on her in the past. There are things that I've just been noticing, and it's like, what the fuck? See, is she still growing, or is she losing subs? She's anybody who, well, first of all, I will say this, okay? There are things going on YouTube with creators that a lot of people don't know about. So even if she was losing subs, I can't say anything about that now, because YouTube is having problems, even to a point where, I don't know if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago when I told you that I was losing views That is actually a problem on YouTube, and YouTube has notified creators about that, including myself. And there has also been a problem with people getting unsubscribed from creators' channels. It's happened to me. It happened to Sloan. It's been, and Sloan is a bigger creator, but I didn't know it until I got the notification in my creator thing on YouTube, which I thought I was going crazy. Like, I literally saw a short of me losing views. It was the most craziest thing. And then YouTube said that this is a problem and they're trying to fix the issue. So right now, if she was losing subs and if she was losing views, I wouldn't go by it right now because YouTube's having supposedly they're having a lot of technical issues. So until that gets fixed, I don't want to say if she is or she isn't. Yes, there is another creator in true crime that is losing subs by the ton. I'm having the same issue. Sloan, I seen Sloan's having the same issue. I seen a lot of there's creators that we don't even know about. And YouTube has this creator section where creators leave comments. And it's usually just for the creators to see. And literally, there are so many creators who is complaining about this. Fucking so many. I was looking last night because you guys know I don't look at my sub count. But the reason why I did last night is because I got that notification. So I looked last night. I'm like, are you freaking serious? Like, there are so many. And it's really bad because the majority of creators that are complaining are smaller creators. YouTube needs to fix this fucking problem because it discourages smaller creators to not want to fucking be on this platform. When you're working your ass off for YouTube and YouTube's making fucking 30%, this is something that they should be getting right. I just started watching MayBae. I took a deep dive the other night. Hey, Captain, how are you? Yeah, she's very problematic. I've been watching MayBae for a long time. So, and like I said, there's things I like about her, and there's things that I just think is absolutely almost intolerable about her. Hey, Melanie, how are you, sweetheart? So, like I said, if she was losing subs right now, I wouldn't go by that because there is something going on with YouTube, and until that's figured out, even if you're watching some of the creators that you don't like, if you see them losing subs right now, don't hold that against them because at the end of the day, there's something going on with YouTube right now. Make sure, all I ask of you guys is just make sure that you are still subscribed to me because it is an ongoing issue. And like I said, there's so many other smaller creators out there who are going through the same exact thing. And YouTube said that they're trying to fix the issue. So yes, I was very conflicted after my deep dive. Yeah, I'm about to show you guys some things. First of all, I'm going to say trigger warning. You guys know I cuss, but there's a lot of cussing with this. And I'm going to pull this up because I want you to see why I'm looking at her as being very problematic. Now, look, every creator has their own things that they do. And if you want to be all about that drama, be all about that fucking drama. All I'm saying is own it. Own it. If you are a creator that wants to surround yourself around drama, own it, Molly Golightly. Fucking own it. You're a fucking drama channel, okay? So just admit it. So I'm going to pull this up really quick. You're going to hear silence, but that's just because I don't like for you guys to hear the clicking noises. And I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, trigger warning only because there's a lot of cussing. There is a lot of, there could even be some homophobic comments. I'm not saying that there is. If there is, I'll try to skip over it, but I'm just saying if you happen to hear it, I apologize. Trigger warning, okay? So hold on 1 second. Hold on, you guys. I have to download this, okay? Tia will be back momentarily. I'm here. Thank you, Commander. Love you. Yeah, I have to download this real quick. So I will stay talking while I download this here. Hold on. It's almost done. There's just so much. So much. It's funny to me how, well, it's not funny to me, but it's not just, you look at YouTube and the creators that, we know that are horrible people and who do horrible things, the tragedy pimps, all of that. And then there's just this whole nother world of creators that are problematic on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And I still keep up with all of that stuff. I try to, because some of these creators who are so problematic, even on Facebook, are creators that I used to watch, like influencers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's this one creator, and what's crazy about her is I used to watch her makeup tutorials, but I stopped because I didn't like her attitude. And now I could have been probably the first person that's seen how problematic she was in her attitude. Everybody else adored her. I could not stand her. What the hell is her name? Cece or something. And literally now, if you ever heard of Exposed, they cover her all the time because she is a fraud. Okay. She not only is she a fraud, she is just ignorant as fuck. She says the most ignorant things. She treats her supporters like shit. I probably will be covering her one day too because she's just a horrible person. I think her name is Cece. Wait a second. Let me see. Let's see what her name is real quick. I can't even remember her fucking name. But I think her name is Cece. This is taking forever. But regardless, she's a makeup influencer on Facebook. However, she doesn't just do makeup. It's almost like she just she's fraudulent to me. And I always knew that she was. From the moment that I started watching her, after weeks of watching her, I'm like, something ain't right about this woman. And it took a while for others to see it, but they see it. And now she's getting called out every day by Exposed. So it's like, it's just this whole other world on Facebook that you guys probably don't even know shit about, because you don't care about Facebook. But I encourage all of you guys to definitely explore. Okay, because I want to start covering a lot of problematic people, not just the tragedy pimps, which I will continue to always do that, but I want to cover people who are fraudulent. I want to cover people who are like MayBae. You know what I'm saying? This is taking forever. Okay, so hold on. Let me see if I can get this too. Okay, so let's start off by this. So recently, this is how I have been paying attention to MayBae. Recently, MayBae has been doing live streams. She's literally wearing a Versace robe on a live. She's got to be related to Mega Thirsty as fuck, right? Hey Marquita, how are you? I'm sorry I'm late. No, that's okay, sweetie. She's doing something to where it's very similar to a person that used to be an influence of hers. and she used to be an influencer in MayBae's program. And now her name is Miss Nico. And now MayBae's going back and forth with this particular creator. Her name is Miss Nico. And now MayBae's doing something called, I can't remember what it's called. But I want you guys to see how problematic she is and a lot of the things that she says, that you'll understand why I'm saying that she's problematic, okay? So let me bring this up because the Facebook one is still downloading. So hold on. Let's see. Let's just do, I don't know. It's called like referral or something. Let's start off with this one. I'm not going to listen to the whole thing, just a little bit of it.
When you decide you want to lose weight, you can try fasting. Or
didn't she do
I don't respect no broad who can't get on my live. I don't respect no broad who sit up and talk about me every day.
Didn't she?
Don't mess with you. She's gonna end me from talking. Shut me down.
Didn't she send you an audition tape to be with you?
Yeah, for the love of MayBae.
She sure did. But she said, "Oh, that was just because I was just trying to get clout." Girl.
Oh, so you mess with people's feelings like that? That's cool.
You're
a cool human.
I'm Miss Piggy. Who are you? Tales from the Crypt?
I'm not doing that.
Go ahead, Kokiana. You can say whatever you want about me. I'll be skinny to people just because we don't sniff stuff like you. You know what I'm saying? Does not mean that we're not beautiful. Bag of bones. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, I just want to love you. Bye. Oh, sounds like he likes his lover.
So here's the problem that I have. These are the type of live streams that she's doing. Let me turn this up if you guys couldn't hear it. I'm going to play a little bit more, but these are the type of live streams that MayBae's doing. Every day she gets on her live and she goes back and forth with somebody. Every day. But yet you sit here and say that people talk about you, they use you for clout, but yet here you are, you go back and forth with these people. So what does that make you? You're going back and forth with them. You're the one who's giving them, you want people to, you say people, if they stop talking about you, then you would stop talking about them, right? Well, you're the bigger creator. Of course, other creators who are smaller than you are going to talk about you. And the majority of these creators that are talking about you are creators that were once a part of your program that you no longer get along with. They were part of your program. Now you're going back and forth with them. You're the one who's giving them content. So what does that make you? I don't like people who walk around saying, yeah, the roasting, everything. I don't like people who walk around saying people are using me for clout. They're talking about me every day on their channel. Okay. Just because they're talking about you every day on your channel doesn't mean you have to respond. There's people who talk about me. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Because for one, they ain't going to say shit to my face. Okay, for one. For two, I don't care what people think about me. And I'm not even as big of a creator as you. But yet, it's the way that you go back and forth. Just like, did you just hear her call somebody a bag of bones? So obviously, one person that she's going back and forth with is skinny. So you call her a bag of bones? It's problematic, okay? I don't want to be too much on her YouTube because she's always talking about striking people. You know, the creator who sits there and says she don't give a fuck if people talk about her, but yet she's striking people. Who does that sound like, right? Who the fuck does that sound like? So I would rather bring up Facebook than this because, and this is just giving you pure examples of just the horrible things that she says about people. Like, why you got to go back and forth with people like this, especially If they're using you for clout, why do you care what people say? Like, I don't understand. People are going to talk about you. You know, people are going to have their opinions about you. Why? Because, you know, you're a bigger creator. I think it's great that she did end up eventually getting her house. Okay. She got a new house. It's very, very nice. I will show you guys that first. Hold on. Wait, is this still shared? Okay. And I'm not that type of person that hates. I congratulate, okay? I don't give a fuck about what you have. I care about character. That's what I care about. I care about integrity. I care about the things that are being perpetuated. That's what I care about. Let me share my screen here and I'll show you guys her success of her. Sorry, you guys. You might not have been able to hear me, but I had to turn that down because there's music playing in the background and I don't want to get a copyright claim. But that's her house. And as you can see, she's doing very great for herself. And I'm happy for that as far as her having her own new home, all of that stuff. And it's one of the very reasons why she says everybody's hating on her. Nobody can stand her because she has a new home and everybody wants to be her. Maybe some people may be jealous, okay? Because people can be haters. Some people may be. But just because people are talking about you and how problematic you are does not mean that they're jealous of you because of what you have. Okay? Here's one person and his story that he has been going through with MayBae. And his name is, hold on. His name is Andy. Always Andy. And he was also an influencer of MayBae. He was a part of her program and now he no longer gets along with her. There are people who have their different opinions about him. Some people do really think that he's using MayBae for clout. I don't know. I think everyone's story is valid and everyone has a right to tell their side of the story so people can, you know, see for themselves. Is that even the one? Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I don't think that's the one. I don't know what happened to that one. Okay, so here's another one. So this young lady right here, she's really cute. She was on MayBae's YouTube channel a couple days ago in this series that MayBae's doing where, you know, school or let's bring everyone back to school and holding people accountable, what the fuck ever. But anyway, this young lady here, she was on MayBae's channel. She went up on her panel and everyone on that panel was making fun of this young lady. MayBae wasn't. I did not see MayBae do it. but other people were making fun of her. Even some of the people that surround themselves around MayBae is ignorant. And if they were laughing, that's her panel. She could have stopped them from laughing though, right? So she really adores MayBae. But I want you to listen to what she's saying and how I feel like this girl is being manipulated by MayBae.
I joined that live basically to tell May what she has done for me in my life. So I joined it just to talk to her. And when I joined, ATM gang started laughing. And May started laughing as well. Now, ATM gang told me that he laughs because it was bad timing and when
bullshit. They were laughing at her for really no reason to me. It seems as though maybe they were laughing at her because she talks at a slower pace, which a lot of people do. Some people talk fast, some people talk slow, but people just happen to be ignorant and they will sit there and laugh and make fun of people for no fucking reason at all. And they were laughing at her. There's no excuse for it. It wasn't the wrong timing. Okay. They were laughing at her and it was disgusting to watch.
When I joined, my screen was frozen. I don't know if that's the case or not. I really don't care. But I just want to let you guys know that MayBae herself was not making fun of me. I believe, honestly.
But here's the thing, sweetheart. MayBae herself might not have been making fun of you, but that was her panel. And if people were laughing, knowing that they were laughing at you, it should have been stopped. MayBae could have stopped it. It's her panel. Okay. She stops everything else. Whenever it has to interfere with her money, don't have your TV on. Don't do this when you come on. Make sure you show your face. All of those things when people come on panel. She could have stopped people from laughing. Let me tell you something. If someone comes on my panel and there are other people on the panel that are laughing at this person, I don't even care if I don't like that person, especially if I know that they're laughing and bullying because that person may be talking at a slower pace or whatever the situation is. You better believe I'm going to kick their asses off panel. And if I don't, I'm putting their asses in check.
I believe ATM gang was, to be honest with you. In fact, May just texted me and said ATM gang was laughing at me. So,
it just pisses me off. And yes, especially if it's somebody who is my so-called friend. If Commander's up here and a whole bunch of people are on panel laughing at Commander, you think I'm just going to sit there and let them? No. I'm going to take control of the fucking situation, okay? And I'm going to say who and cuss everybody out because that's what I do. So, no. And I understand I understand why she's given people the benefit of the doubt, but at the end of the day, they were making fun of her because almost it seems as though she may like talk in a slower way. Obviously, we all know why they were making fun of her, okay? And it's disgusting, it's rude, it's ignorant, it's something that shouldn't be tolerated. And the only person who could have put a stop to it is May because it's her panel.
I'm just sick of people coming for her.
I'm sorry, sweetheart, that you may be sick of people coming for her. But if May didn't treat people the way that she did, maybe people wouldn't come for her. You can sit there and maybe she's done nice things to you. Everybody has their own experience with somebody. okay, with an individual. Everyone has their own experience. But at the end of the day, people aren't coming at May for no reason. Some people may be. Some people may be jealous. But the majority are not. Everybody has their own reasonings as to why they're coming for her. And it's like one of the biggest things that May, I feel like, gets defensive about is when she did that to her daughter and slept with her, or I keep saying slept with, and I don't know if she did. I know she kissed her daughter's girlfriend. At the end of the day, people aren't going to just let that go. That's not the way the internet works, unfortunately. When you do something, people will hold it over your head for years. That's just the way that it is. You can't get mad when people come for you because you're the one who wanted to make the shit public. You made it public. Now people are talking about it and they're going to judge you for it.
So that
Girl, I wasn't laughing at her. Period. I wasn't laughing at her. I don't care what y'all try to make anybody believe. And let me tell you something. I'm a grown woman. If I was laughing at her, I would have said, Mackenzie, girl, you was frozen in the frame, honey. It was funny. We was laughing at you. Ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Same as if I came into her camera and I was like, she would be laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? She just was laughing when I made the face. When I told her she was frozen. It don't have nothing to do with who she is as a person. Period. You know what
I watched the live stream, okay? And as soon as I figure out YouTube's rules and regulations into doing commentary on somebody else's video, I will show you guys. Yes, she was frozen for a minute, but they were still laughing at her afterwards. May, I didn't see May laugh in her defense. However, she still let it happen on her panel. It was her panel. Period.
I'm saying? Period. I was not laughing at her as a person who she is, none of that. I did not laugh at her. I was already laughing. I was laughing on the live already. I wasn't laughing at her.
I wasn't laughing at her. Period. Who were even saying it? Like she wasn't laughing at me.
When she first came up, I was already laughing. Before she ever said a word, I was already laughing.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
right?
But then when she started talking, I stopped laughing and I started talking to her. Regardless of the fact, like I said, if Mackenzie feel like I was laughing at Mackenzie, I don't have a problem apologizing or admitting I was wrong. If I was wrong, I would say, Mackenzie, I was wrong. I was laughing at you. I don't have a problem. I've admitted worse. You know what I'm saying? Laugh.
But see, here's the thing though. Even the people on panel, the only reason why the people on panel stopped laughing at this young lady is because the more she started talking, it became very, very, emotional. And it also became probably triggering for some people because she was confiding things in May, obviously publicly on her panel and talking about how, she was very close to S and, May saved her from that. It was the vulnerable things that she was talking about to where these people on panel couldn't laugh. They couldn't laugh because if they laughed, that would just be horrible because of the things that she was talking about. It was a very vulnerable moment once she continued to talk and confided in May. Otherwise, if she wasn't talking about something very vulnerable, trust and believe, they still would have sat up there on that panel and laughed at her.
At her would not be the worst thing I have ever done in my life. Trust me.
Don't do anything to anyone. She doesn't do anything to anyone. That's the problem. That's what you guys don't understand.
I'm not bothering anybody. They bother me just like
Okay. So everyone is bothering May. Nobody. Okay. I'm not saying that people don't bother her. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that people may not come for her. I'm not saying that either. But what I am saying is Not every single person is coming at you for no reason. Okay? That's just the truth.
I had death threats last night, and I screen recorded it from the lady that.
What she's saying, that's what you do on live. So May isn't her friend. But okay, May isn't her friend. Okay. May is my friend. I might not be May's friend because she can't trust anybody because of people like you. But I consider her a friend. I will always consider her a friend. She's changing my life for the better. So like, it's okay. I'm just going to ignore it.
She did. She did. It was a very vulnerable moment. She really does, this young lady really does look up to May, and basically was pouring her heart out to May, saying May saved her life, all kinds of stuff. That's when the laughing stopped. They would be seriously the most horrible people in the world if they was to sit up there and laugh at something like that. So that's why they stopped. But regardless, they shouldn't have been laughing at this young lady, period. And no matter, even if May wasn't laughing, and like I said, from what I watched, I didn't see her laughing. But what I will say is you still let it happen on your panel.
Because that's what May does. And I want to do what May does. So, yeah.
I'm good. I probably don't have great service right now. I'm in the car.
Okay, but the people we're talking about the whole situation about you know how you were just in your live last night, or it was either the last night or the night before, and how you said that people were saying how you dated Ivan when Ivan was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody commented on my live and said that it was confirmed by Tati.
I know. When Tati was angry, she already said she lied on her live.
I know, that's what I said. I said people clearly didn't watch that live where Tati joined and actually said that she was mad at you for what you did. And she confirmed it herself.
Tati was just repeating the rumors that are on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tatiana know. She know better. She know I wasn't with him and no, what did they say, 12 or 14 or whatever it was?
12.
I got with him at 18. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay, hold on. I have something else to show you. But, and also another thing too, when people are talking about you, there have been times where I have seen, even on the Chisme report, and he keeps up with a lot of the things that goes on with MayBae as well. There has been times when MayBae was complaining when people weren't talking about her. Unfortunately, it is what it is. People talking about you does keep you relevant. It does. People, making up stuff about you and all that kind of stuff. It does keep others talking about you. The more problematic things that you continue to do, people will talk about you, and it does. It keeps you relevant. People get curious. They go over, they check out your channel. The people start to hate watch, all of those things. So that's definitely something to keep in mind as well. Hold on, let me share this too. Veneers look painful to get. I heard that they did somebody tell me they were painful? I think they said afterwards it's painful. I just don't like the sound of it. Like, they literally drill your real teeth down to a little nub just to put, I don't know. Not saying I would never get them, but I would definitely, I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Hold on one second. I'm pulling something else up. I'm looking for one more other thing. Okay. So now this is really what I wanted to touch on the most. There is another creator that was a part of MayBae's influencer program. Her name is Miss Nico. Okay. And at this time, Miss Nico and MayBae are not getting along. There are a lot of mean things that are being said back and forth to one another. And there are some things that I do want to say about that, but I want to show you this really quick because it gives you a little bit of, context of what I want to say about what May is doing when it comes to Nico. Hold on. Share my screen here. Hi.
Hello, my dear. Mackenzie, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm really nervous.
Hey, Kenzie.
I'm nervous too.
Hey,
I'm nervous too. I'm nervous together.
Okay. Sorry, this is a different live stream. The other one will be coming up next. This is the live stream where this young lady that you just seen prior, they were laughing at her. Pay attention. And you guys tell me what you think. The sound is horrible, you guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is your warning. The sound is not coming from my end. It's coming from MayBae's end. I don't know what was going on with it. I will put the MayBae Exposed channel in my description so you guys can check it out. However, that's not my sound. This is her sound. Something was echoing, and I don't know why she didn't stop it and try to fix it, but she did. Maybe didn't. Hi.
Hello, my.
Okay. So what's frozen here? She doesn't look frozen to me.
My dear. Mackenzie, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm really nervous.
Hey, Kenzie.
I'm nervous too.
Hey,
I'm nervous too. I'm nervous together.
So I actually have a question.
What's up?
So I'm the girl, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm the girl that's been DMing you.
I know who you are.
Okay, so I have a question about at the end that you sent me. So I don't know, because I really don't want to. I don't know. I'm nervous. But anyway, what did you mean by when you said, "Why do I want to be friends with children all of a sudden?"
Oh, do you really want to discuss that on here? Because that would. I'm not trying to like throw you under the bus.
Yeah, we'll just say that for the DM then.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just know that's the reason why. It has nothing to do with anything that you may be thinking. But I'll explain it to you in the DM. I don't want to throw you under the bus.
I'm too childish for this.
But anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I actually wanted to.
What's so funny? What are they laughing at? So you're going to tell me, okay, as I can see, MayBae's not laughing, but it's your panel. As a creator, we can only do so much, obviously. There are mistakes. We're going to make mistakes. But you clearly see them laughing. They are not putting any type of context or explanation to why they are laughing. They're not saying they're laughing at anybody in the comment section. Clearly, they're laughing at her. You could have put a stop to this. You're the creator. You put a stop to whatever it is that may interfere with your money.
Comment on the live you had last night. And, you know, we talked about this in the DM, but not too much. And I actually was wondering if I could tell you a little story.
As long as you're not cussing, not bad.
No, I won't. I promise.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there's this girl.
I'm in Utah. Hold on.
I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say any names, but I was friends with this girl since I was, I'm going to say 12, actually. And we were friends for a little while. And then she ended up, personal business, I'm not going to say her business, especially because you have an audience. But she has some stuff going on, basically. And we weren't talking or anything for like 5 years. And then we came back cool. And I really didn't understand like why she wanted to be friends with me again all of a sudden. But we ended up, you know, going out, kicking it, doing what we do. And then she has a son, and I bought her son some food. Like I actually helped her out with her son. And I'm actually gonna cry because she was like a best friend to me. I thought I ended up finding out that she was just using me for money. And it really, like, when you had that live last night, I thought to myself, like, I went through some of the stuff that you kind of went through. And I just.
Now, as you can see, the more that this girl started talking and confiding and whatever, that's when they stopped. They had no choice but to stop. They would have looked like complete assholes, okay? For real, if they would have kept laughing the more that this girl kept talking and confiding in May. So that's the live stream that I was talking about, which I'm just like Commander said, and you may be right, Commander. Maybe she looked like she was gonna laugh, you know what I'm saying? But she still literally sat there and let it happen. And that's what's foul to me. It's foul. Hold on, let me show you something else. Okay, everyone. So this is Miss Nico. Excuse me. And she does something on Facebook. And sometimes I think she uploads on YouTube as well, but more Facebook focused. Everybody has their main platform. And she has something like a judge series, like almost like a Judge Judy, where she'll have people who are, beefing with each other. She'll have them come on her channel and, she'll be the judge and she'll say, give her opinion or whatever. Really cool the way she created it or whatever. But anyway, she was a part of MayBae's influencer program, and now they're no longer speaking. They don't get along. I think they're both just going back and forth with each other, and I just wanted you guys to see this particular live stream.
Oh, did you hear that? Did ATM say that May is the P word, an pedophile? Because your husband was in your other husband's wedding? Let me listen to it again. Since y'all playing on my top girl. Hold on. Not the dean.
I think it's time for me to see what's in there because people keep bringing it up.
So May has started to
Don't nobody go live with me. In fact,
don't nobody.
One of the people in the promo group asked if they could go live with me instead of me.
Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe like that. She like, well, I need to go live with me. Can I go live with you instead of me? Want to make me like this. So, we'll see.
So, listen, I guess was ATM like an airman? She said people don't even want to go live with you, girl. They rather go live with her. That's not all. There's more.
I don't know if she liked that idea. But if you think about it, this lady been in the program for 4 weeks, and she has hit a name and May has not followed through on going live with her. So, wouldn't you think she want me to do that for her to, the lady said she willing to go live with me for 4 times to catch up, then go live with me. Or just go live with me because she thinks that, my vibes will be good on her lives and all this blah, blah, blah. I'm like, girl, excuse me, girl. Let's get this together.
So the people are saying, listen, ATM said that the people in your mentorship rather go live. They don't even want to go live with you because of the negativity that you have attached to your name. But that's not all. There's more.
Miss Nico is on the louder side, and no, she's not. MayBae is a YouTuber. She's a TikTok. She has a big platform on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and she's just problematic. And that's what I do. I cover problematic creators. So that's why I am talking. I used to watch her. I did. I used to like her a lot, but somewhere along the line, what's her reasoning behind changing? Some people, they get popular and forget how they started. You know what I'm saying? And they forget. Some people gain success and their head gets really big, and maybe that's what it is. I have no idea. But yes, Miss Nico is on the louder side. So just pay attention to the things that she's saying, because it's called mentorship program. That's what it's called. Sorry, it's not an influencer program, but it's still the same thing, basically. The gist is that she is a mentor for creators. They pay her a certain amount of money and she helps them grow their platform. Okay. And Miss Nico was another one that was a part of her mentorship program. Now, keep in mind, every single person that has been a part of MayBae's mentorship program, I'm going to say half of them no longer get along with MayBae and now is going back and forth with her. It's crazy.
It's like, damn, why'd you do that? You started my films. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that?
Listen.
The boys' dad, one of their dads. You know what I mean? Ivan was like a little kid in their wedding.
Now, this person, yeah, mentorship, I agree. I don't know. They don't, they have to pay a good amount of money. I mean, and she does help them get monetized on Facebook. And that's a good thing. But in the same sense, it's like you're now beefing with every single one of them. What this lady is talking about in the recording is that MayBae has, obviously, I told you, a husband. She is in a relationship, a poly relationship. She talks about it a lot. It's called poly love. She has a wife, and her wife's name is Chosen, and then her husband's name is Ivan. Now, her husband, he seems cool. He seems like he's different than MayBae. He does seem like a cool dude. He seems to be okay with this whole poly, I think, because poly, I think, was pretty much May's idea. Because May, once her and Ivan got married, she realized that she liked women. So they have a poly relationship. And a lot of people are stating that MayBae was with Ivan when he was underage. Now, Ivan is significantly younger than May. I think MayBae is in her 40s and Ivan is in his 20s. So I think either late 20s or 30s. I'm pretty sure he's in his 20s though. And a lot of people are stating that MayBae was with Ivan when he was underage when she first met him. I'm not saying that that's true, but it's what a lot of people are saying. And I can't say that it's true or not because I mean it could be. It could be because he's very young. Ivan's young. But we don't know for sure if that's true.
So they've been calling her all types.
Did y'all hear that? Let me play it again. Let me play it again. Ivan was in her wedding. Hold on, one more time. Oh, okay. I don't want to get in trouble for that word, but basically, May, ATM feels like you're the P word. She feels like you're an pedophile girl. And she said that your husband was in your other husband's wedding and that you're bringing negative to her. And she wants to get what she can and detach herself. Hold on. There's more.
Ivan was in her wedding with her husband, Tati's dad, or the boy's dad, one of their dads.
Ivan was in her wedding, Tati's dad, or the boy's dad, or whatever. Hold on.
You know what I mean? Ivan was like a little kid in their wedding.
Ivan was a little kid in their wedding. Ivan was a little kid. That's what ATM said, not me. ATM, the dean of the school. Hold on.
So they been calling her all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, girl. You never know who Miss Nico knows. I'm the judge, babe. But that's not all. There's more.
They don't accept that May married. He was 19. You know, this girl's 20. She older than that. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, they gonna watch the movie. So the views is gonna come. So,
Listen, she is using you, girl.
So, I'm just want to let them hate. Let them be mad.
With your daughter, girl. That's what ATM. Hold on.
Definitely using her, girl. It's just plain. You just nailed the coffin. You put the nail in the coffin.
Put the nail in the coffin, girl.
You said that. You see, she ain't got no clothes and shit. May finna buy her clothes. She finna feel cute. She finna get a lot of little stuff. But, you know what? I see her being with May probably for like 3 years. You know? And it might be longer than that. You know, but I wish them the best. You see Brandy and Tati getting married today at the courthouse.
Okay, that's not all. There's more.
You're narcissist. We can tell. You know, that's given. And we can see, you know, She ain't finna go start dating. You know what I'm saying? That's not what she attracts. Because she gotta be in control. You know what I mean? Her little fun with her little traits. She don't even text me no more. Literally. She deleted me off of Snapchat and don't text me. When she don't want to make me download Snapchat and all that shit. So, now she got her little traits. I'm probably not even going out there.
Everybody around her don't even like you, girl. Like you're trying to build these people to go against me, but these people don't even like you. Like they don't even like you.
Even though she's not getting in that house, she's working on another one.
She's not getting in that house. She's working on another one.
This is turning into a mess. Okay, so here's the thing. Miss Nico and May are not getting along right now. So there are going to be people that are going to come to Miss Nico and tell her things about May that may or may not be true. And of course, Miss Nico is going to run with that because she no longer likes MayBae. But basically what this woman is stating, and this is why I say this is turning into a mess, is because they're basically trying to call MayBae the P word because Ivan was young, underage when she married him. Now, I would have to see solid proof of that. I would never, ever, and I want to make this clear, I would never say something like that, excuse me, without solid proof. That's irresponsible. It's morally wrong. I just can never do that. So, yes, Ivan is younger than her, but I would never, ever say something like that without showing people proof. And I would have to see proof myself. So I do feel that that is very irresponsible of people to go around saying it if you don't know for sure. There has to be some kind of proof that he was underage. Though MayBae burnt her bridges when she slept with her daughter's girlfriend, went downhill fast. A lot of these people did get it on Facebook and speak about wanting nothing to do with her. Absolutely. She lost a lot of people once that came out that she was with her daughter's girlfriend. A lot of people lost respect for her. And I don't see why she doesn't understand why people wouldn't lose respect for you. I mean, this is your daughter. And she's constantly saying, I apologize to her. And if her daughter forgave her, her daughter has moved on. Her daughter's about to have a baby. I think her daughter is getting married to her current girlfriend. And her daughter's doing good. And she talks to her mother. Her daughter forgave her. But that doesn't mean other people are going to be okay. Just because you and your daughter get along now and your daughter forgives you doesn't mean that other people are going to forget about it. People forgive, but they don't forget. That's just the internet. That's the way it works. It sucks that the internet works like that sometimes, but it is what it is. And like I said, I don't know Miss Nico. I watch her sometimes, but what I will say is people, y'all need to, you can be sued for that. That's slander. If you can't show proof that MayBae married or was with Ivan when he was underage, if you can't show proof of that, that's slander, and she can take you to court for that. I'm just saying. So be careful with the rumors that you choose to spread. No matter how much you don't like somebody, it doesn't give you the right to just go around spreading rumors about them just because that rumor is juicy and it satisfies you. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Literally, if you ever came for her, she would get your platform deleted.
Wow.
And going ham on it. But, she has that's how I know the movie lit. The documentary lit.
Girl, you talking about all I want is money for my... That's what hurts me because May know that I'm doing this for my family, girl. You know, but you got somebody right here who they trying to make a movie, girl. They don't even care about you. I cried to you in your living room, girl. Like, I just
gotta ride my little wave and then, after that, I'm probably gonna,
stop being admin. Baby, she said she gonna ride her little wave. Go my little wave. You know. I might need this conservation bullshit, but it is.
It seems as though she's coming for everybody. That's what it seems like. I don't know. Like I said, MayBae wasn't always like this. She used to be, I don't know, she was funny, fun to watch. She was charismatic. She was, it was interesting to see her, do the lace fronts and things like that and take care of her sister. And somewhere along the line, when you start gaining, a big following, which is great, that's what we all want, but you shouldn't, in my opinion, and I've always said this, success should make you better, not worse. Success should make you more humble. It should make you more grateful. And if you're going around treating people in a bad way and you're acting as though everybody needs you and you made everybody, that's one of the things she says. Who else does that remind you of? It makes you think of Megamouth, because that's what Megamouth always says all the time. She's the one who's responsible for making everybody. And that's not true. But it's just weird to me how much, and if so many people around you are saying that you've changed, did you ever sit there and think that maybe you should take a look at yourself? So I'm going to show you guys one last video, and we're not done talking about this, because this whole series that she's doing with, I don't know, it's a school thing that she's doing where she's pretending like she's the principal, and then there's the dean, or she's the dean and there's a principal, and she's just, every day she's dragging people every single day. And it's like, it's becoming more and more problematic to me. So hold on, let me pull up this video real quick. So here's the video that I want to show you. So with MayBae, like I told you, she was literally asking her following for a donation so she can put down a down payment on a house. Okay. I wonder, all of these things with MayBae, doing this whole series that she's doing where she's dragging somebody every single day. You can sit there and talk about other people doing shit for clout, but what about you doing shit for clout? You dragging people every day, is that not for clout? Is that not content on your channel? Does that not bring you views? Because people love drama, and MayBae knows that. Like I told you, she's a good businesswoman. So if you can sit there and talk about other people using you for content, isn't that the same thing with you? If you can sit there and talk about how other people are doing this for money, well, aren't you? Obviously you are, right? Let's show this. Isn't technically a video, but it's something that she says that I want you guys to see real quick, because it shows you that this is all a game. This is all a game. A game where people are going to get hurt, period.
Shares we got, because I don't believe y'all sharing Let's see. Nope, only 8 shares. I tell you, I don't know what's happened. Oh, nobody. Can everybody please share the live? Please. Please share this live. Please share the live. Please share the live. If you shared the live, let me know you shared it so then that way I can personally tell you thank you. Shout you out for sharing it. Yeah. Yes, I will. Share my live. I will shout you out. Thank you, Laurel. Thank you so much for sharing.
I don't know if you guys heard what she said. She said it very.
If you don't have your address, you don't have it to have it public. But
she said it very quietly. But she said, "I have a $7,000 house payment. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a damn house payment." Okay. Now, listen. She can afford it. But if you continue to be as problematic as you're being, karma is a bitch. Okay. If you continue to hurt people, that's just going to catch up with you. It is. It's going to catch up with you. In my opinion, respectfully, if all parties are in agreement, if their live/show have just for entertainment purposes disclosure, then I don't see why it's bad. It's like fake TV. Here's the thing. When it comes to, you mean how she's going back and forth with people, Commander? Going back and forth with people is fine, but don't be a hypocrite. That's the thing. And when you do go back and forth with people, you don't have to go below the belt. You don't have to bring up very, very personal things about people. And that goes for all people involved, all parties involved, from people saying things about MayBae. Like I said, people should not be spreading around rumors unless you know for sure that rumor is, a rumor is a rumor. But when it comes to going around calling her a P and saying that she married Ivan underage, I have not seen any proof of that. It's giving people a chance to make money that they otherwise wouldn't be able to based on their education, etc. And I get what you're saying, but I'm saying that when you do it, you have to be careful on how you go about it. When you are when you get to a point where you're talking about people's looks, you're talking about their lifestyle, you're making it seem like you're better than them, you're being a hypocrite, and you're saying everybody's using you for clout, you made this person, you made that person, that's when you're crossing the line. I just literally, and I couldn't listen to the whole entire live yesterday, but I just literally went into her live, listening to her talk about another woman that she's beefing with. Among all of the women that she's beefing with, another woman that she's beefing with, where she was saying that this woman's baby, trigger warning, this woman's baby she was neglecting her kids, and children's services came in and took her kids, and how this woman doesn't attend to her kids when they're in the bathtub, and how one of this woman's kids, got hurt, all kinds of stuff. That's when you're crossing the line. That's when you start to become very problematic to me. When you start doing those things. If you want to go back and forth with somebody, you can go back and forth with somebody all day, but do it with a little bit of integrity and respect. I'm not better than anyone. I'm not afraid to admit it. That's the way it should. To me, every single person that she talks about, it's, you're using me for views, you're using me for clout, but you're doing the same exact thing. That's hypocritical. That's hypocritical. Perpetuating hate. Exactly. When you get to a point where you're perpetuating hate and you're constantly going back and forth and going below the belt and saying horrible things about one another, and it's not just her, it's other people too that she is beefing with. It's wrong all the way around. However, in my opinion, she's the bigger creator here, right? More people are seeing her than these smaller creators, right?
you have to have your address on the thing, you know. You have to have the address there, you know. Hi, exposing MayBae life page. Hey, how you doing, girl? Ooh. Anyway, expose this that May Edwards gave gifts to 120 children this Christmas. Expose that. How about it? If you don't have it.
And see, that's another thing that I think it's very important for MayBae to understand. The bigger you get, the more people are going to start talking about you. That just comes with the territory of being a creator, unfortunately. People are never going to be satisfied with everything that you do. They're just not. And you being the bigger creator, to me personally, I feel like back in the day, MayBae used to ignore a lot of people that talk about her, but now she's turning it into content. And it's bringing her the money, so she's going to continue to do it. And it's going to get worse, in my opinion, because she has a $7,000 house payment. Okay? I think as long as they keep it under control, sounds like they're going overboard. And especially laughing at the girl with speech impediment was bad. Exactly. And it doesn't stop there. There's a lot of things that she's doing. You guys know me. A person has to be pretty problematic for me to talk about them. And I would never just call somebody problematic just to call them problematic. I really truly feel like what she's doing is going to get to a point where it's going to really start hurting a lot of people, because I feel like she's crossing the line. And as the bigger creator, the bigger you are, the bigger your responsibility is to your platform, with your platform. I have to tell myself that. I tell myself that all the time. You know, when I'm manifesting, when I grow, I still have to be careful about what I say. You know, you do have a responsibility, whether you want to believe it or not. You may not be responsible for the things that people do, but you are responsible for the things that you perpetuate. Okay. Let me stop this 1 second. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to show you guys two more things, and then we'll continue with this. But one thing that I do want to say, who's very important here too, a lot of what I noticed, okay, and we'll dive deeper into this. But what I noticed about MayBae is a lot of the people that she is arguing with right now, or people that were in her mentorship program, she has been intimate with a lot of them. Anytime I ever hear MayBae arguing with somebody, it always turns into an argument of, you wanted me, I didn't want you, or I let my husband hit and I wasn't interested in you hitting, or she's there's no shame in her game, and I can respect that, okay? There's no shame in her game, but she has been intimate with a lot of the people that she's going back and forth with right now. And because she has been intimate with a lot of the people that she's going back and forth with, this is where I tell you that it gets dangerous, Commander, because she will talk about those people that she was intimate with in a derogatory way, as far as, when I did this with her, she didn't smell good down there. Just crazy stuff, you guys. It gets crazy. That's why I'm trying to say, why does it have to be, if you were intimate with a person, why do you have to go into intimate details about that person and then talk about how they smell and how they, it's bad. It's bad, y'all. It's really, it gets so deep. The rabbit hole goes deep. Okay? It goes deep. The majority of people that she goes back and forth with, she has been with in an intimate way. And because she doesn't get along with them, they're both saying mean things about each other, but they're talking about horrible things as far as intimate. And she goes into details with it about what that person liked. And it's just, anyway, just let me bring up this clip. Hopefully you guys get what I'm trying to say, because that's I don't know if y'all ready to see that. I don't think so. Like, even with this, you guys, these are the type of things that she posts. Okay, and it should give you some indication about what I'm talking about here. This was a post by her sometime in November. Where the Cali women at who want to give me some kitty cat before I go back to Texas? Oh, Lord. It goes deep, deep. We haven't even covered half of the things that I want you guys to see, because you guys don't understand. Sometimes, even on YouTube, the things that we see as far as the tragedy pimps, it gets worse, you guys, with some other creators. It really does. Off subject, but did you hear about the 16-year-old who got pregnant by the 25-year-old and TikToker K-Her? No, I did not hear about that. You should send me an email. Maybe I will cover it. I did not hear anything about that. So hold on, you guys.
talk about MayBae. So, without any further.
For those of you that follow the MayBae drama, MayBae had a little bit of drama last night with a former mentorship participant. Check it out.
And today, honey, I said I wasn't going to do it. But I might as well do it because every time they clap back, every time I, got something to say about what they say, they turn around and they want to go ahead and talk about MayBae. So without any further ado, y'all come on in and hit that thumbs up button and let's get ready to talk about it, okay? Because at the end of the day, these people are jealous, mad, busted, dusted, and disgusted. And they're big mad and big sad that I'm in my bag and they ain't got in theirs. And I don't understand that. Just get in your bag, honey, and leave me alone. It's just that simple.
You don't want these people to leave you alone. Quit lying. These people who talk about you, give you content, and let me tell you something. I can assure you, just because a person does commentary on you, just like myself, you are problematic. That's just my opinion, and people are entitled to their opinion. Does not mean everybody around you is jealous, okay? You can't use that as an excuse at all times. You can tell when somebody's jealous and when they're not, okay? I'm not saying that there are some people that may not be jealous of you. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Jealousy exists. It's a powerful emotion. However, that doesn't always necessarily have to be the case. Just because somebody doesn't like you and they talk about you does not necessarily mean they're jealous of you, sweetie. Okay?
Weird, bro. Like, you're a liar, bro. Like, ugh.
But all I want to tell you is go ahead and go keep supporting a mother that took her daughter whole reputation out of the line in life. Okay?
He don't even make sense. Go support another mother who took her whole daughter. What?
Bloodline and disrespect her own child.
Bloodline and just
and then go live and then bash people instead of going live.
I'm bashing people, or are you bashing me?
All those people sitting there trying to get monetized, trying to get out there, trying to get recognized and get their numbers up because she's supposed to get people 1,000 views after they're done monetization.
No, I'm not.
She doesn't do that. So
never did it ever say that.
Nothing. They're doing all that work for nothing. They're like people.
Where in my rules does it ever say I'm going to get you 1,000 viewers to watch your page after you're monetized? You're a quack, bro.
Trying to get followers. Like, oh my God, you did that. And they don't even get this. And they've been working.
You only got those 100 because you're talking about me, sweetheart. Fikey.
She's streaming me?
Sure am.
Thank you, Michelle. Come follow me over here. I need all her followers.
See, that's what it's about. I need all of her followers. This is what it's about.
She's a liar. She's a
liar.
Mother. She's not a real mom. She's not a person. So since I'm not popping up on her live. That's what she wants. She wants me to give her views. She wants me to give her attention because nobody really.
I want you to give me views, but you have 90 people on your live. This is about Mikey.
Monetized. They got to close all their circles. You don't help them with nothing but get them 10K. Barely get them 10K because you don't get them views. And you talk about you're supposed to be a mentorship. Why are you trashing us? If you're supposed to be a
trashing you, honey, you trashed me. I never came for you. It's your lying self. Everybody on your page knows that's a lie.
You stay in the group. You dropped me out because I didn't want to be a part of your skits. I didn't want to be a part of you.
Show proof.
In the bed.
Show proof.
And you don't want that. That's
Show
not
proof.
That is no lie.
Show proof.
Because that's the truth.
Show proof, Mikey.
I'll tell the truth because you don't want your husband to be exposed out there.
Expose him.
Stop playing, girl. Stop playing. Okay?
If there was truth to what Mikey was saying, Mikey would have hopped on my live. Mikey would have exposed it already. There's no truth in nothing that he speaks of. Because if there was truth, where are the receipts, bro? Where are the receipts? No proof. Lies. I don't have to do skits, baby. I'm popping in real life, Mikey. You're not.
I sure did. I got her bothered, y'all. I got her bothered.
No, you couldn't get me bothered if you was a bug.
I got her screaming my name, baby.
Screaming your name?
I got you bothered. I got you right where
I
wanted you, baby. You thought you was going to get me where you wanted to, honey? You fell in my trap.
I fell in his trap. You hear that? Do you hear it?
And I'm going to get my views right faithfully from you. Thank you.
Did you hear that? Do you hear it? That's what it's about. You're going to get your views from me?
I know.
That's all it's about. Clout, like I said.
I'm this, I'm that.
Clout.
I know.
Clout. That's all it is. He just said it. You heard him? All of this is for views. He just said it.
She is not no big mama. That's grandma.
He mad because I'm fly. He mad because I'm fly. Period. But he wouldn't join the live.
Congratulations. And if you're recording me, get your life together. So all those people trying to get monetized.
Get your life together and get your views together and get your followers together and get your bag together. Then come for me, sweetheart. When you're banking.
Here's the thing, too. What bothers me. It always comes down to money. I get it. Okay, fine. Some people only care about money on here. I get it. You know, we all want to be successful on YouTube. But when you sit there and you talk about how he only has 90 views, which 90 views is a lot, 50 views is a lot, 20 views is a lot, because it's hard to get people to view you and to grow organically. And someone like MayBae should know that. But remember, this is somebody that was under your mentorship. And you're talking about him because he has 90 people watching him. But the first few years that MayBae was, gaining and growing, she had 50 people. She had 100 people. She had 200. Why is it that you always have to go to where it's about money and views? Like, is there anything else that you can talk about besides that to insult somebody?
Account matches mine, then come for me. When you make the money on Facebook that I make, then come for me. When your followers have the numbers that mine have, I have 1,000.
And remember, this is somebody who a few months ago was asking her supporters to donate to her to purchase a house. Remember that.
Right now, then come for me. Until then, sit down, be quiet, and take lessons. Period. How about that?
That's for sitting there trying to figure out. They gave you all that money and they can't even get down to 14 to 20 people in their life.
No, they get more than 14 or 20 people. You don't. You suck. That's why.
You can get them like this.
You sure can. And I did.
They're running. They about to go in a whole nother year and still not.
Another year? Well, who are you talking about? Who exactly are you speaking of, Mikey? And now you're trying to get your other page monetized, so you're talking about me so you can get your other page monetized? That's Mikey.
I'll be glad. Yes, I'll take all her packages. You don't got to send her nothing. Send me stuff. Thank you. Send me all y'all goodies and stuff. Thank you.
You hear it?
Unbox them.
I'll unbox you guys. Send me all her stuff. You're jealous, bro. You just said it. Send me all her stuff. You're jealous.
Go right over to Makeup by Nike Slate. It's free. If you want to go live on my platform,
I got 24K over there, but the page is demonetized, right? That's why you're on your new one, because you can't follow the rules. Period. If it's got 24K, didn't I do my job, sweetheart? You came with 5K. Now you have 24K. So that means I did my job.
Worth it. You don't like it, huh? You don't like when somebody clap back at you, right? You don't like it.
Honey, I clap back at you. You're the one that started this.
Show energy where you're at right now.
He wishes he could get me bothered.
I get it. Well, you should have never fucked with the right bitch. Strong, like you never thought I could. Baby, you can't roast for shit.
I don't want to roast. I'm not a roaster.
I ain't pulling out no type
you can't even speak sentences correctly. Shut up.
You don't give nothing back to none of your followers. You're
yes, I do.
From a whole nother platform before you even changed it.
What?
Remember that. Okay, and the second thing was nobody.
I'm nobody, but you're talking about me.
Anybody with that poly disgusting stuff.
Disgusting stuff?
You don't got real people, girl. You got people that just look at you, honey. People be lying to you, honey. Okay, and if you out there still supporting a mother that did that to their child, you should be ashamed of
things happen, and I apologize.
Her own blood, and if I wanted to go live with her.
Can I show a birth certificate? What? What did you?
Baby, when she was carrying Thotty.
When she was carrying Thotty.
All documented, because if that's really her child, that's so messed up.
First of all, I don't have to prove to no stranger in a bar, bro. Go make your own kids and worry about them. How about that? Okay.
I want to know that.
I want to know.
Really, that's really your child. And
that's what I'm talking about, huh? That's it.
That's kind of messed up that you did that.
It is. It is very messed up. It is.
Girl,
I did. Oh, you're not.
You're not.
You're not. But I own what I did. I own what I did.
You're representing somebody that you're going to tell your child.
I owned up to what I did. I publicly apologized more than once, and I'm trying my damnedest to make it up to my daughter. I fumbled. I said that, and I own it. And I said forever I will be sorry that I did that to my daughter. So I could care less what anybody else has to say. Period.
She said I'm a liar, saying I'm a liar about that.
Show receipts.
On her live that me and my child shares our partners. Y'all want me to pull that clip up real quick?
What? Show the receipts of anything that you're saying that I wanted you to do a skit with me. Show receipts of that. Show receipts of me telling you I wanted you to come out here. Show receipts of that. Show receipts of me saying anything about you doing any kind of skit with me and my husband. Show receipts of that. That's what you show receipts of.
Y'all know the drill. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Part 2 coming soon.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to end it on this last one, I promise, because this last one is kind of how I want to end this. And I want to talk about what a lot of people talk about with May, and it's the cultural appropriation and about what's going on between May and Miss Nico. And it's important for me to show you guys something really quick before I do that. Now, May and Miss Nico, to me, I kind of think it's sad that the two of them aren't friends anymore. Miss Nico has been, at May's house and things like that. And, they know a lot of personal things about each other. And like I told you, Miss Nico has a channel to where she's like the judge. And she has tried to let May duke it out with a lot of people on her channel. So this is actually a particular video where her and MayBae were getting along. This was weeks ago, maybe almost a month ago. They're no longer getting along now. Actually, it was a month ago. But this gives you an idea of how brutal things can get between MayBae and whoever it is that she's involved with. Okay. And then this will be the last one I show you guys.
Y'all on some shit where it's like, well, I don't got no problem, I ain't got no problem.
You moving.
But as soon as you hang up with me, it's let's say I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there for real. You are using me for this. I mean, which one is it? Do you have a problem with that, girl? Like,
I'm gonna let you know, because see, that's why I wanted to get on here, because I'm gonna let you know, because she said a couple people had said something to her, and I'm one of them people. I said something to her. I was
context. This is another person. The girl with the blonde braids on top is Miss Nico. This is another person. This is another person who no longer gets along with MayBae. Elizabeth Coleman, take a hike. This isn't the first time I've covered May. It's not going to be the last. Go somewhere else. But I cover lots of people. Okay, so just listen.
On the phone with her, and I was like, so what's going on? Like, you and Miss Nico gotta be? I asked her. She was like, no. I was like, I'm just asking. Like, Miss Nico didn't say nothing, but other people been.
Sorry, you guys. That was my fault. All right, hold on. Let me bring this up again. I had to back out for a minute. Can you guys hear me? Elizabeth, I don't know how many pages are bashing May, nor do I give a shit. I don't care how many pages are bashing her. I don't care. That's besides the point. This is not the first time that I've talked about May, and it damn sure ain't going to be the last. Okay? When somebody is as problematic as her and with the things that she does, you get used to it. Okay? Get used to it. I'm not saying that she's a bad person or anything like that. I could be a lot more mean, okay, than I am. So get that shit straight. Bashing is saying horrible things about a person and getting on here and talking a whole gang of shit, talking about that person's lifestyle, saying derogatory things about that person. That's not what I'm doing. Thank you, Commander. It's called bringing awareness. This is fucking YouTube. And if people don't like the fact that people are talking about May, then don't watch. All right. Hold on, you guys. Let me bring this back up. Wait a minute. Let me show you guys something. You guys aren't going to sit here and tell me that this woman's not doing this for content, but yet you can come on here and talk about all the people that you can judge people because they're bringing awareness about MayBae. Okay. But it's different when she does it, right? Before I show that other live, listen to this. Listen to this, and I'll show you why I think this is just for content. Who does this?
It's Ashley with May Cosmetics. Leave a message and I'll get right back to you.
For those of you following the MayBae drama, MayBae was live on YouTube last night and called a few people. Check it out.
Hey, Ashley, this is May. I would really like for you to call me back. You know my number. And I'd really like to understand why you were telling me after you left the mentorship that you were cool with me, you loved me, but you were texting everybody else, calling me out my name and saying all kind of rude and disrespectful things about me. I'm really trying to understand that. And since I'm on YouTube and I'm talking about you right now, I thought I would go ahead and call you because I'm a real ass bitch, unlike you. So if you could, please call me back if you have the balls. Bye. And that's what real bitches do. Period. Let's call Mikey. See if he answers. I got time today. The numbers I call them on. Let's call Nicole.
Hello?
Hey, Nicole. This is May.
Hey. Hi.
Hey, so I wanted to know, what is your beef with me?
I don't have enough beef with you to, that's why I never said anything when I left. And I tried hard to not, do it with class and not sit there and just dog you but that is why I left. The things I've seen.
What did you see? What did you see? Tell me what you saw.
Okay.
Out of your eyes, what'd you see? Tell me, please.
The Chosen thing.
What about Chosen? Because I never sent you a picture of Chosen, ever.
No, I didn't say you sent me that picture.
Okay, so I never taken a picture of Chosen high, ever in my life.
But you
never.
You talk shit about her. And
I talk shit about Chosen? When did I ever even talk to you on a personal level? Ever.
Just so you guys know, Chosen is MayBae's girlfriend or wife. I think she calls her wife. That's who Chosen is. Okay. Just to give you guys context.
When did I ever pick up the phone and call you as you was my homegirl? When did I do that? When did I talk to you? Not what you heard from somebody else. When did I talk to you about Chosen?
We were videoing after she wrecked her car. She's in the room.
Hell yeah, she was talking shit when she wrecked my car. I was pissed. What do you mean?
But you're being nice as fuck to her while she's in the room. But Roland, I knew this was not going to go anywhere. I can't.
Well, this is the thing. Somebody wrecks your car. Are you not going to be mad?
Oh, I get it. But,
But wait, you said on the live, wait a minute, you said to her face, I tell her to her face. What do you mean? You don't know what goes on here. You don't live here. You have no idea. So what I'm saying to you is, you said that I did something about an image. I don't have no pictures of Chosen being high from years ago. I don't have none of that. That's not for me. So I don't know who misinformed you, sweetheart, but it's not me. Because Chosen and everybody can go through my phone. Hell, if you was right here, I'll let you go through it. I ain't never took a picture of her in no kind of way that I shouldn't have.
Can I ask you an honest question?
You sure can.
Like, at what point do you have to say, like, okay, maybe I am doing something, like some sort of accountability?
Okay. I take account. Maybe you should watch more of my stuff, because when I am wrong, I admit that I'm wrong. Like when I did what I did to my daughter, I was wrong. I admitted it publicly over and over. Still do every day. What that is brought up. Every day that is brought up, I still take accountability. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But when Chosen wrecked my car and I'm pissed off, hell yeah, I'm pissed the fuck off. Now, as far as anything else has to do with the image you were showed or whatever, that shit is bullshit. Because I ain't never took a picture of her, period. Never. First of all, when she wrecked my car, I wasn't even there. When she wrecked my car, I wasn't even there.
I apologize.
Yeah, that's absolutely incorrect. Because I've never showed you a picture. I've never showed Ashley a picture. I've never showed nobody no pictures, because I don't take pictures of nobody if they're like even naked. I don't do that. I'm not trying to hurt her. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, when you get pissed off at your mate, you talk shit. And I admit that. She knows it. But if I'm talking to my so-called friends, or people who consider themselves my friends, supposedly, then why is anything that I said in confidence being said anywhere? That the common denominator is a clique of bitches who claim that they were my friends, which I was never your friend, but claim that they were my friends, but yet are throwing shit in my face. No matter if you get mad at your man or your wife or whatever, y'all all say things y'all don't mean. Everybody does. Everybody can get an attitude. Everybody can act a certain type of way, especially if they just wrecked their fucking car. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's crazy that you said that you knew that about some image. Like I personally showed you an image or showed somebody an image or gave y'all, look, I took this picture of her. Absolutely fucking not. And I'm not going to let y'all keep lying on me. I'm going to defend myself.
The last clout is I'm not an influencer.
I don't care if you want clout. I don't care if you want clout. But see, this is the problem I have with y'all so-called friends. Okay, that if y'all was my so-called friends, then why y'all never came at me and said nothing to me about it? You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing. When everybody falls out with me, then all of a sudden everybody's having a problem with me. I don't care who the common denominator is, okay? The common factor, don't care. The whole thing is, if any of y'all was real ass females or real women or real friends, y'all would have picked up the phone and talked to me on a real level, not on social media, months later, and decided to say, well, I don't like that May did this. You would have told me as a real ass woman to my face, hey, I don't like that you did that. And I could have either explained then, or I could have said, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't have did that. Because I'm a real ass bitch with a real ass life, no matter what y'all think of me. You know what I'm saying? But that just proves that y'all was all fake from the jump. Because if you didn't like something I was doing, instead of running away and going and talking shit about me on Facebook, you should have told me. And that's what real women do.
Get those pictures made.
What pictures? What pictures? What pictures? Which picture is it?
But I don't want to throw you out. I don't even want to throw her out there like that.
You know what? You talking about the old pictures from 4 years ago?
There were cans involved.
Yeah, those came from her ex-girlfriend, Jasmine. And everybody knows that, and so does Chosen.
Somebody, something. Do you know anything? Do you know what photo I'm talking about?
A photo about what? Well, what was the photo?
Well,
Chosen with the can in her hand or Chosen with the pipe in her hand? Which one? Because I put both of them out. I put both of them out. So
you put both? You put that out?
Long time ago, y'all late.
Maybe you should have asked Chosen who posted them, because that's who posted them, Jasmine Love. I didn't put no pictures up of her. Everybody knows that on social media that Jasmine put those. That's nothing new. Hell, you can ask Chosen.
I've heard you say nothing but complain and bitch about her until someone else does, and then you want to you would say, that's my wifey. And it's just like...
No, you know what? First of all, I've only talked to you one time. And Nicole, I never even talked to you. What are you talking about? When did I just sit on the phone and talk to you, bro? Let's be real.
All right. Where would anyone even get the idea that Chosen is something...
Oh, maybe you should ask Ashley, because in her messages, she specifically says, oh, I see how Chosen was on live and she was dogging you out, May. Man, maybe you should ask Ashley. Maybe you should, because that's exactly what she would text me and say. Oh, Chosen was on live at 5 o'clock this morning dogging you out while you were asleep. I wasn't there. I didn't know anything about it. She's the one who sent it to me. But we have problems. But why is it a problem to vent to people you consider your friends? What the fuck is wrong with that?
I have friends I vent to. I have friends.
Okay, so what's the problem then? What is the problem?
It's not.
But I wasn't venting to you. I wasn't talking to you, period. So whoever I was talking to, I obviously considered them a friend of mine. Go through shit. We're a couple. What does it matter to you? Why do you care? I don't hear you on here defending me. I don't hear you worried about what she do to me. You just worried about me being mad and venting about my girlfriend?
I've never heard
fuck out of here.
Talk straight shit about.
Oh, but
y'all get the point. The point is that you can sit here, all of these people, and talk about how people use her for clout or whatever, or use her name, whatever. This is fucking YouTube. If somebody's problematic, people are going to call you out or do commentary, whatever you want to call it. But the thing is that if you don't use other people for content the same way as they use you for content, see, it's the hypocrisy for me, then you wouldn't be calling these people live. You're giving your supporters, you're giving your audience a show. You know, you're an intelligent woman. You know that that's what people gravitate to. That's what people like. They like the drama. That's where you get the views. So you're going to keep giving people what they want, okay, as long as you are earning revenue off of it. Be real. Nobody, I'm sorry, but even with myself, even with people that I may not like or people that run their mouth about me, I'm not going to be here on a live, and that doesn't make you a real bitch either. I'm not going to be here on live and call these people up in front of y'all. It's not going to happen. And have a personal conversation with somebody. I'm going to do it offline. And if I'm doing it online in front of y'all, it's to give you a show. Period. That's all that's about. So quit talking this narrative of everybody's using you for clout. Because at the end of the day, even if they're talking about you first, you're using them for content as well. Like, okay, you can call people and try to work it out, but why would you do that live? You're doing it live for a purpose. There's a reason why you're doing that. There's a reason. Okay, now back to Miss Nico before I was rudely interrupted when I accidentally backed out. Well, hold on, let me pull it up. I'm glad I don't watch MayBae. She's too much drama. She lies a lot. She's been caught in multiple lies, but I think it's more or less, it's the hypocrisy for me. But I think there are things that I like about MayBae, but there are a lot of things that I don't. And there's things that are obvious that I am going to talk to you guys about as soon as I'm done showing you this, because especially when it comes to MayBae and Miss Nico. And it's a lot of things that's talked about more on TikTok. But I'm going to talk to you guys about this because I feel like there's a lot of different factors as far as MayBae, you know, and the people that she drags, especially creators like Miss Nico, and with Miss Nico being a Black woman. And I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. Hold on 1 second here. Just finished listening to this while I pull it up.
Ashley has, because Ashley sure the fuck hit me up every time Chosen was talking about me on live. Ashley sure did. And how, oh, you shouldn't let her treat you like that, May, and da 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 da. Yeah. Yeah, I got the messages, sweetheart. Sure do. It's funny how people.
If I heard Josh online talking about her, you better believe I'm gonna be like, dude.
But my whole thing is this: you're not Chosen's friend. She don't even know who the fuck you are. You were supposed to be somebody for me, and you're not even my friend though. But I never told you shit, so you never heard me talk. If you heard me talking about her to Ashley, you weren't supposed to be on the phone. So you must have been on three-way or something, because I sure wasn't talking to you. You know, so my whole thing is, whatever I told Ashley, if Ashley's constantly asking me about what's going on with me and Chosen, and I'm talking to Ashley about it, what does that have to do with you? And where does that put you in it? Don't act like I'm just out here talking about my girlfriend to just everybody, or just telling everybody whatever's going on. No, I trusted in one person and was telling her. And if she went around and told y'all, that's on her. That just says what kind of friend she is, right or wrong.
I talk to that woman every day.
Hey.
Years,
well, and I'm glad you talk to her every day. That has nothing to do with what I just said at all.
As amazing as she does. So if she says something is probably valid.
Okay, so if she's hitting me up and she's constantly telling me that
my phone. iPhones documentate when you wrote the lyrics.
Another person that was part of May's mentorship program on Ms. Nico's channel, and this was when Ms. Nico and May just fell out. And yeah, listen to this.
I made her song on live, and I was writing the lyrics on live as I was making it, Nico.
So can I ask you something, Miss? Let me ask you this, baby. The part that you wrote, was it verbatim exactly what she texted? Was it the same exact wording?
And if you let me play you the verse, I can show you. If you just let me play the one part that I wrote.
Hey, before you play the part, show me the text message one more time and let us read that, and then let's hear the part, let's hear the song. Because I want to see what she wrote in the text message, and then I want to just hear the little part so I can kind of see. Okay.
This is what she wrote right here.
That good.
It says, turned all my pain and negativity into positivity, fuel to success. Went to jail, turned my life around, owned 2 businesses, did all they said I couldn't, fell from nothing, came from nothing, no one to love me, so I learned how to love me and be a blessing, not a lesson.
Okay.
That's in there.
So we got what she said. Now go ahead and play the part. I can kind of see, like, you know.
All right, check this out. You go. You wrote it. Who cares? You see anything about a bezel in there? I need my chicken. Go to the part. It's not there yet. Listen. Oh no, we can continue going because there's no verse after this. That's the last word. That's the last verse right there. Came from the bottom. Hold on, let me rewind it back to Nico. Came from the bottom. Listen to what it said, because it don't say nothing she said. Because she said go to the verbatim other verse. Listen. Yeah. What I gotta do. I ain't never going back. I ain't never going back. That's what I went into deep. I'm just I'm just chasing this paper. What do you wish to wanna be me? You don't know what it took for me to be me. From the bottom, ain't no looking back. Now, Miss Nico, let me explain to you. Lay the rest. Sure, lay the rest. Did it not say because I asked you what you wanted in the song. It's not for girl.
This young lady wrote a song for MayBae. And basically now MayBae's trying to say that she didn't write the song. Once again, a mess with everyone that gets involved with her.
There is more data. Listen to the rest of the verse. Listen to the rest of the verse because I only took it. Say 2 businesses. Wow, 2 businesses that you fucking failed. You don't even own them no more. So there's nothing to rest about on that point. I failed? Or did I? Hold on, listen, Miss Nico. So when I had a love, so flipping in the counting up this money. Man, I came up by myself. I wanted to give up, but man, I am so sus. That's why this battle was. Miss Nico, here's the text message we fell out. We fell out because you wanted to. The video was not being edited quick enough. When we sent the edit to her when it was finally done, I told the guys that they could not fly back to Virginia, that they could not fly back to Virginia. Matter of fact, Miss Nico, here, let me show you what the video actually looked like. She got mad, and the text messages are here. She got mad because it was too much of me and not enough of her. Now, mind you, also the text messages you were never supposed to be in the video. So wait. So you thought that weapon. So you were never able to be in the video. 4K. She didn't have to pay shit. I can something you ain't got to pay for. What's it? That's paid for it. But you wanted somebody to be a part of the video so bad, sweetheart. No. Things to talk about. Nobody cares.
This is all cussing. All these pauses that you hear, this is all cussing. It's all cussing. That's why you keep hearing the pauses and everything like that. It's all cussing. Who the hell posted that? But anyway, that was all cussing, homophobic comments, all kinds of stuff back and forth to the two of them. This is the live stream that ended Ms. Nico and May's relationship. So here's what I want to end it on about Ms. Nico and MayBae. If you notice, MayBae, how do I explain this? We all know what, sorry, I'm eating a piece of candy, which I never do. We all know that a lot of people say that MayBae culture appropriates. Okay. From what I know about MayBae's story is that she was adopted by a Black family, and she was raised by a Black family, from what I know. And yeah, it was a pretty bad live stream. As a matter of fact, I'm glad it kind of stopped where it did, because it was very, very bad, you guys. It was really bad. The things that they were saying back and forth to one another was crazy. Regardless. But people always need to know the difference between culture appropriation and culture appreciation, right? And then sometimes we can be a product of our own environment. I do not believe, and I've had this conversation before when it comes to MayBae, I do not believe in acting a race. That negative stereotype that comes with Black women, even a negative stereotype against white women. Not everybody talks the same. And whenever somebody speaks with intelligence, is something that has been said to me throughout my life. You know, why do you talk white? Just because I speak with intelligence, as if only white people speak with intelligence. And that's just not the case. Obviously, that's the way my mother raised me to speak. Like, I know words. Okay. As I always tell you guys, intelligence is not attributed to color. And the only way that negative stereotype is ever going to stop is if people quit perpetuating this negative stereotype when it comes to Black women. But Ms. Nico was a part of MayBae's mentorship program. And now they're both saying nasty things about each other. But here's one thing that I think is important to stress. Ms. Nico is a Black woman. MayBae is white. Not that it matters as far as when it comes to Black, white, all of those things. But there is something intriguing to people about a white woman that talks in a certain way. There's something intriguing. And if there is something intriguing about when people look at a white woman and look at her as culture appropriating, okay, whether you believe that person is culture appropriating or not, there is something that people are intrigued by when it comes to this. I could prove it for days, okay? The majority of people, if you go to TikTok, that's all you're going to see is there are, you know, a lot of white women who are a product of their environment. They grew up around Black people, and people are intrigued by that. And they literally always skyrocket when it comes to success on social media platforms because people are intrigued by it. So because of that, MayBae is always going to have the more of an advantage than Miss Nico because it is very hard for Black creators to thrive on social media. It has been proven, statistic-wise, it has been proven. And if you want to see that proof, I can definitely do a video about it, but it has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt that it is harder for Black creators, especially Black women, to thrive on YouTube. We have to work twice as hard. It's just the truth. And that's in life in general. It is what it is. So when it comes to MayBae, of course, she is going to have the following that she has because she has more privilege than Miss Nico. So I really don't think that it's fair when you get on your platform, and I don't want to say fair because I'm sure Miss Nico is talking about MayBae as well. They're going back and forth with each other, but I do think that it's very important to be careful about how far you go when it comes to dragging this Black woman, okay, in a culture that you claim to be a part of. Period. You either get it or you don't. That's crazy. You think I'd have the opposite. You think it would have the opposite reaction. What do you mean by that, Commander? But yes, it is very hard. It has been statistically proven. There are many creators that have shown how the algorithm works, and it's crazy. It's pretty crazy. But what I will say is that it's very intriguing. All you have to do is look at celebrities who culture appropriate. Okay, look at the Kardashians. Look at Bad Baby, MayBae. There's a lot of people on TikTok, when it comes to culture appropriation and different things like that. MayBae has the privilege, not Miss Nico. So I do think that it is very important to be careful or to be very aware of when you are dragging this woman, the things that you say, because when you claim to be a part of the Black culture and that's all you grew up with, then you should understand how harder it is going to be. Her journey, Ms. Nico's journey, is going to be here on social media to grow. And already the odds are not on her side, okay? As far as you are battling with someone, and MayBae has the upper hand because she has more subscribers than Miss Nico. So therefore, you're taking a lot of any type of leeway that she has to be successful, you're taking a lot of that away from her because you're dragging her. You're dragging her, and she already does not have the privilege that MayBae has. That's how I look at it. And people can choose to look at it however which way they want to. But that's just how I look at it when it comes. Now, I'm not saying that Ms. Nico is not going after May. They're going after each other. Like I said, I just do think that MayBae is the one who has that privilege, not Miss Nico. And when you are saying and doing all of the things that you're doing on your platform, along with all the other things that you do, all the other things that you go back and forth, all the other people that you go back and forth with, just know that you should be careful about the way that you drag Miss Nico, because you could be detrimental to her journey here on social media. You would think people wouldn't like that a white woman is trying or being Blackfish. No, people do like that. Does Blackfish apply to MayBae? All right. See, I do believe that MayBae acts the way that she acts. I do. If you see a lot of the hairstyles that she wears and things like that, I really do believe that she, when you're raised by a Black family, you're a product of your environment. I just think that you just need to be careful and aware of some of the things that you do and make sure that you're showing appreciation to the Black culture and not appropriating. And to me, it applies to her, Commander. I like the questions that you asked me. It applies to her, but it doesn't, because you can be a product of your environment. You can be. And because she claims to be, the only thing that I don't like is how it's a whole stereotype. It's perpetuated. You can be a product of your environment and act the way that you act. And I think that with MayBae, she just acts the way she acts. But there are a lot of other people that don't agree with me. A lot of other Black people that do not agree with me. They do think that she perpetrates. I don't. I think she acts the way she acts, and but me too. I love all cultures as well. She acts the way she acts, and it has a lot to do with, she being raised by a Black family. You know what I'm saying? And that's understandable. But in the same sense, there's boundaries that you just don't cross. And I don't watch MayBae enough to know if she crosses those boundaries or not. But what I will say is that, when you are dragging someone, I do think that there are boundaries when it comes to Ms. Nico that I hope that MayBae doesn't cross, because like I said, she's the one with the privilege. She's the one with the big platform. And here's Ms. Nico trying to grow her platform. And now she's going back and forth with MayBae, and it's more people are probably unfollowed her and things like that, because a lot of her followers is because of MayBae. It is. I'll admit that, because she was a part of MayBae's mentorship program. However, Ms. Nico persevered, and she ended up doing her content, and then she gained her own audience, which is great. But it still sucks when people unsubscribe from you because of this specific creator that no longer likes you. And even though MayBae may not have said, go unsubscribe from Ms. Nico or whatever, of course, that's what MayBae's people are going to do, because they love MayBae. If a white girl adopted if a white girl is adopted by a Mexican family and she learns Spanish, joins the mariachi band, and makes tamales and talks with an accent, I don't call it brown fishing. But this particular girl that I know, people hate on her. I don't necessarily, I feel like it is what you grow up around. You can be a product of your environment, and it's the culture that you grow up around. Even though she is a product of her environment, she looks Caucasian. You're right. But she was raised by a Mexican family. So she has been immersed in that culture, right? That's how I look at it, but not everybody looks at it the way that I do. You know what I'm saying? And even though she's immersed in that culture, you still have to be educated and know those boundaries that you just don't cross. Okay? She's still, even though she's immersed in that culture and she's a product of her environment, she always has to know that she's still technically not a minority. You know what I'm saying? She has that privilege where her Mexican family does not. So that, as long as she knows that, you know what I'm saying, and she educates herself, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. People act the way that they act. I don't believe in acting a certain race. I think that's ridiculous, to be honest with you. And it's these stereotypes that need to be stopped. And I will always speak up about it. I'm sick and tired of these stereotypes of, why is she acting white, or why is she trying to act Spanish? Why is she trying to act this way? It's wrong. Now the Kardashians, they something else. I agree. I think she's just being herself, and that's partly / mostly why she doesn't think about culture appropriation privilege. I agree. Aesop. Some people just, they forget because they're parts of a culture, but you still have to know your place. That's a good way to describe it. You still have to know your place. You still have to be educated. You still have to know, you still have to know your privileges, and you still have to know why Black people, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, why we are a marginalized community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Kardashians, that's what they do. That's what they do. They I'm sorry. Everything about them is fake to me. Everything. I cannot stand them, but we talk about them a different day. I've kept you guys long enough. I hope Tia Ms. Nico has got a lot of new followers. Ms. Nico has not talked about MayBae. Oh, she hasn't. You see? Then that makes it even worse to me, because I have seen MayBae talk about Ms. Nico. And like I said, I'm glad she's gaining followers. All I'm saying is that MayBae needs to be careful with the way that she drags Ms. Nico, because Ms. Nico is a Black woman. She's not the privileged one here. MayBae is. Ms. Nico has to work hard to gain success. And I do believe that she will get there. As long as she's working hard, staying true to herself, being her true authentic self, she'll be fine. But the point is that she's still going to have to work harder. And it sucks, but it's reality. And I think MayBae needs to be careful with the boundaries that she needs to always set boundaries when it comes to her calling Ms. Nico out as a Black woman. That's what I'm saying. And as her being a white privileged woman. And that's just my opinion. So that's the thing here. I know I've kept you guys long enough. It's not as if I don't like MayBae. I don't necessarily think that she is. I do think, like I said, she's a good businesswoman. She knows how to draw in an audience. She does. However, I think that she's very problematic because of there's no boundaries. That's why I wanted to make sure that I ended it with Miss Nico and MayBae and use that as an example, because there is no boundaries with MayBae. There's not. She will get on camera and talk about everything. She will talk about intimate details when it comes to somebody, and how a person didn't take a bath and she gave that person a bath, and she'll just go into like intimate details of dragging somebody and talking about their private area and how it smelled, all kinds of stuff, and people say that about her too, but I just feel like her, as being the bigger creator, she has more exposure. You are the one who is choosing to respond to people because that's what your audience wants. You're gonna keep track of what your audience likes. And if your audience likes to watch you drag people, then that's what you're gonna do to bring the revenue. Period. These social media life coaches, she's right. Like, you're supposed to be mentorship. From what I heard, she does get, her mentors, or whatever you want to call them. She does get her influencers monetized on Facebook. But if you have a business, right? When you have a business and your business is people pay you to get them exposure, you don't then brag about it once you fall out with these people and start bragging about how you made these people. And if it wasn't for you, these people wouldn't be where they're at. You shouldn't do that, because this is your business. This is what you're supposed to do. If it says, your rules and stipulations, and one of them is I will get you monetized or whatever, that doesn't mean when you fall out with a certain person that's a part of your mentorship that you get to throw in their face that you made them. It's cocky, it's arrogant, it's ignorant, and to me, it looks bad for your business. It makes people not want to get involved with you. Nobody wants to have a bigger creator hold over their head. Oh, I made you. Who wants to feel like that? Nobody does. That's the same thing Mega Mouth did with me, because you gave my channel a shout out. Okay, I didn't ask you to. I was appreciative that you did, but look at what you ended up doing afterwards. You made sure that you told your supporters to unsubscribe from me, right? Because you felt like you owned me because you shouted out my channel. That's not the way it works. If you are doing something for somebody or you're shouting out their channel, like you're doing that should be from the kindness of your heart. You're doing that because you genuinely like that creator, not because you have some type of ulterior motive behind it. like that's just ignorant. I think that gives you an indication of who she is as a person when the first thing she says is, I made you. That's like if, Aesop has a channel and, she has content I like, so I'm giving her channel a shout out. Hey, go over to Aesop, watch this content of hers. And then all of a sudden we fall out and I say, I made her. I shouted out her channel all the time. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And that's what she does. That's what MayBae does all the time. As always, late to the live, but wanted to make sure I come in and say hello to all amazing Glam Fam folks. Thank you so much. And to all my Glam Fam in my Facebook, just to let you know, I was locked out of my Facebook. I will be back on there, though. I just got back on this morning. So that's why I haven't been. If you've posted on there, which it's for you guys to talk and interact. If I haven't posted on there, if you've asked me a question in the Glam Fam Facebook, just know that the reason why I haven't responded is because I was locked out. So I forgot my password. So, which I tried to change it and it was a different email attached. It's a long story, but I am able to get on there today. So thank you to my amazing Glam Fam too. I love y'all. But we will probably continue to bring awareness about MayBae because I really truly feel that she is problematic. Some of the horrible things that she says about people, I just don't think is right. That's just my opinion. And I feel like as a bigger creator, you should be a better person. Megamouth and her BBC. She also uses Caucasian or Puerto Rican as she see fit to her benefits. I agree. She uses a lot of, she tokenizes Black people. She tokenizes gay people. She's a disgusting human being. And I don't think that MayBae is as bad as Megamouth. And the reason why I don't is because I don't feel that MayBae is a racist. I don't feel that MayBae uses people's tragedy, to, for money. I don't look at MayBae in that way, but I do think that MayBae is problematic. Megamouth is past problematic. She's toxic. She is disgusting. She is the epitome of evil. I don't look at MayBae like that yet, but I do think that MayBae has gotten to a point where a lot of the things that because she has gained a following and respect. I can't wait till I get there and I'm to 1 million and all that stuff. Respect, nothing but respect. However, you should never let that make your head so big that you start treating the people around you like shit. Okay? You need to humble yourself. That's the problem with MayBae, in my opinion. Yeah, she is. You told it all in facts. Yep. Thank you, sweetheart. But I've kept you guys long enough. We will continue to talk about, anything that I see that's problematic. I will be talking to you guys about that. Molly made Dolly's brother had his own daughter. So too soon. It's just, but I want to continue to bring awareness. Like I said, I feel like some people, when they get to a certain point, and it happens to some people, not everybody, it damn sure wouldn't happen with me, because I know that there would be somebody that would be in the background, maybe not a whole bunch of people there, but there would be somebody that would be keeping me in check. for sure it would be my boyfriend, for sure. Like if he felt like I wasn't being humble, the more I grow, he would keep me in check. I guarantee there would be people in this chat right now that would say, Tia, I don't like the way you're acting now since you've gotten bigger. I really do. I feel like there would be people that would keep me in check and say, Tia, humble yourself. You know, this is something that you worked hard for. However, it can be taken away just as easily. Okay? It can be taken away at the snap of your fingers if you're treating people like shit around you. That's why I would never be that way, ever. Because the harder you work, I feel like the more humble you become. And I feel like success should make you a better person, not a bad person. There are many that need that advice, including the new streamers. Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't watch a lot of the new streamers. I think, you know, I do still hear, you know, people telling me, which I do like that people tell me, you know, you can tell me, just don't send me no recordings of it because I don't even want to hear it. But I do know that there are specific people that are still talking about me and they can continue to talk. Like I've said what I had to say. Some people just have a hard time moving on. That's not my problem. Tia, I'm glad I don't have a platform. It's really not that bad, Lavina, I promise you. As long as you know how to ignore people, it's not bad at all. It's not, I promise you. I encourage anybody who wants to start a channel that has something to say to do it. Exposing the drama, I believe, life coach is a joke and a way to get money. I agree. She has them changing their names, clothes, ethics, etc. There are so many ways people need coaching. Much more important things. I agree. Thank you, Commander. But yes, we will continue to keep, you know, talking about what's going on with MayBae. Like I said, I don't have a problem with her, but I do have a problem with some of the things that she does. And it has nothing to do with clout. It has to do with bringing awareness and turning that awareness into content the same way that she turns people who talk about her into content. It's no different. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I will be back on here tomorrow for True Crime Thursday. Friday, we will probably be talking about the tragedy pimps. But yes, I am aware of, you know, people that continue to talk about me. The only way I will address things is if I feel like they're worth addressing. I've said what I had to say. Let those people talk, okay? Because eventually karma always comes around, you guys. You can't stop karma. You can't. And there will be some people that will have to understand that karma may come knocking on your door sooner than later. And that's the truth. I love you guys so much. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for interacting. Thank you for letting me introduce you to a new problematic creator. Some of you guys already know, some of you don't. I will see y'all tomorrow. It's going to be a very sad case that we're going to be talking about. And what goes around comes around. That's right. That is right. So you guys have an amazing rest of your night. Please make sure, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you are already subscribed as well. If you've been subscribed to me, make sure and check and see if that you are subscribed, because there is something going on with YouTube. And to anybody who is new, to all the replay watchers, shout out to any of you guys. Make sure you subscribe, press the like button. It does help with the algorithm, and also share. That does help a lot too with the algorithm. And I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being amazing. Give someone a compliment tomorrow, because you never know how you can literally change someone's entire day by just giving them a compliment. Remember how beautiful you guys are inside and out, and love you guys so much. I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay? Deuces. Love y'all. Bye.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so free.